first impression?
Glassy.
It's glassy, eh?
That's not too bad coming around the rocks. I was going to see it anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention to this. So yeah, you just kind of literally come around the hill.
Yeah, but then you can come down through there.
Right now we're driving back through Yallingup. We've just been up at Sugarloaf Rock. Drove over the hill, it was pretty much glassy.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that we're pulling into Yallingup for a bit of a check to see if it's at least come up to
Downwindable levels.
yeah, downwindable levels, otherwise we might have to do something else. So stay tuned. It could be a complete disaster or it could be glory.
We could definitely shoot the gap.
I know you're going to. No, I'm going to be left out there.
We just got Yallingup now. Are pretty slow and small. Today though, a bit of slow rolling through. Made it through the keyhole. Dan's gone around. Oh. Alright. What was the run like?
It was hard. I think the big lesson is if there's no wind blowing all day, go big. Like we went
probably
with,
both could have gone one size up.
yeah, I think the 860 would have been better. But yeah, it was still really good. It was just a lot of hard work. So I don't like it when you have to pump and can't slide. But I saw Hugh go to another level when he got on a swell today. Like the swells were there, and yeah, it was pretty impressive to watch. So we both learned a whole bunch.
We learnt heaps.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, we're gonna do our 3 things we learnt each from this session. So Dan, I'll let you go first.
Okay, so what I learnt, apart from that Hugh's an absolute mad dog, I think what I learnt was that a narrower low volume board is better than a higher volume wide board. So the 2 examples are, last time I did this run, I used a 710 by 18 by 97 litres, and today I used a 7.2 by 17 at 89 litres. Everything else the same. That was, even though it was a bit sinky for me, it was way easier, just plains better. Your first thing?
My first thing, well, I'll save the good one for last. My first thing was that I put a 0.5 degree shim in the 120 tail, and I thought it was really good. I thought it was going to feel really hard to paddle up, or like really, I don't know, I was expecting it to not be good, but it felt awesome actually. So I'd say I'd do that again. I might even be tempted to go a bit more, I reckon, see if it makes it even less draggy.
Yeah, definitely something to play with.
Yeah.
My next one is don't wear a 2mm wetsuit when you do a downwinder.
I can second that. Don't wear a wetsuit top.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Oh my god, I was absolutely cooking. So about 4k's in, I think my face is still red. I took it off, and it ended up having a lot of weight around my waist, which I found heaps better. It's a tip that Reedy said, which I think is really good, which is try to keep the weight when you're downwinding around your waist, not on your shoulders. That's just me. I really agree with that statement. So yeah, weight and don't wear a wetsuit. It was good. If I'd got cold, I could have pulled it back on. I just kind of took off the top and left the pants on.
Yeah, my number 2 was similar to Dan's first one, which is this board that I've got is 16.5 wide and 8 foot, and it is insanely easy to paddle up. kind of like the 680, I'd say I'd have before found difficult to paddle up, and now it's just like I did a couple where I barely put in, it was like 40-50% effort, which was pretty cool. So definitely getting the timing right helps. But yeah, skinny boards, long boards, they're a thing. And they're also, I can't believe how stable it is. For a 16.5-inch wide board, it's really stable. So they're cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that tech's getting good.
Yeah, the tech's real.
And my last one is, it's not what I learned today, it's not what I'll ever learn. I always make this mistake. There's low energy and I should go big foil, and I get lured down the small foil side and end up working so much harder than I need to. So
take a big foil.
Yeah, look at how long the bump's been blowing. Don't look at how good the bumps are when you're looking out at the ocean, because yeah, we got out there and I kind of worked for 15 Ks when I would have gone the same speed on an 860 or a 960, and instead I took a 770.
Yeah. My number 3 one was, I feel like I finally cracked kind of catching the swells. I think the biggest thing that I learned was that it didn't feel like, I'm not sure if this is true in every ocean, but out there we basically had these tiny little bumps and then a swell that was maybe on like a 30-degree offset angle. And it didn't feel like you could ever ride those swells forever. Although if you could, you'd be hooking. But it just didn't seem to, you couldn't keep up with them because they weren't steep enough. But what I learned was when to actually start trying to get on them. And it's way too early to start when you're up the back of one. So when you're on the back of one, I found that you just like relax and chill and kind of cut across using the smaller bumps, or just try to go in the fastest line that the small bumps have. And then as soon as you get to that sort of trough and it's starting to like kind of pick up underneath you again, that's when you just go pedal to the metal. And it feels like you're wasting your energy, but it's kind of like doing a paddle up, because then when you get to the top of the bump, you got that energy behind you, and all of a sudden you kind of get like slingshot for like 20 seconds and you overtake like so many of the little bumps, you kind of just mow them down, and then you feel yourself eventually drift off the back and you just start the whole process again. So yeah, I don't know, it was the first time that I've sort of done that properly.
Well,
so that was cool.
I was watching that. I had the front seat and it was probably 4Ks out from Sugarloaf, so there's a bit of swell moving through down here today out there. We're on the tail of a pretty nice swell that came through yesterday, and yeah, Hugh went from kind of just cruising to absolutely hooking, and he was like right at the top of the bump, and there was a marked difference between the two. Yeah, you just accelerated it, you just absolutely went with it. It was cool.
Woo!
Yeah.
Good day.
Yeah.
Tiring though.
And the last thing is always go. Just go. Even if it looks shit, just go, because it was still awesome.
It was epic.
Yeah.
What a good. We were just saying that even though we probably could have gone for like a surf in the windy stuff or something, or done something different, that was the best thing we could have done at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We learned a lot more and had a better workout than you would doing anything else. So downwinding's epic.
Yeah. Time for some drinks.